Verdict in the federal trial of R&B singer R. Kelly. He has been found guilty of racketeering. He is also charged with sex trafficking. These are charges that could send him to prison for decades, and CNN's Jean Casares has been following this case for us. We also have CNN legal analyst Areva Martin. She is here with us also. Okay, Jean, this just happened. I know you are scrambling to figure out exactly what all of this means, as am I. So, guilty on racketeering.
And the Eastern District of New York, the courts just tweeted that out. So they are saying guilty of racketeering. There was one count of racketeering. There were 14 different acts involved, including sexual exploitation of a minor, bribery, kidnapping, and sex trafficking charges. So this is all we have at this point. Now, he's also charged with the Mann Act, which is a federal law involving sex trafficking. Now, nothing on that yet, so they could be in the midst of the reading of this verdict because racketeering was count one. The Mann Acts were the counts after that, 2 through 9. And so we don't know how far they've gotten, but this is an extremely complicated trial. It is very, very sophisticated. It went for 23 days. There were 50 witnesses. There were many young women that testified that R. Kelly had kidnapped them, held them in rooms. They could only go to the bathroom or eat if they got permission from his people. They had to wear baggy clothes, they testified, unless they were in his presence. They could only look at him. They could not look at other men. It was tearful testimony, emotional testimony, and ultimately the prosecution said it is time for him to be convicted.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is your host, Dwayne Whitfield with Black Men Unfiltered, again with another video for you guys today. Hey, listen, the news just broke. R. Kelly has been found guilty of racketeering and sex trafficking, right? So the world has gone crazy. A lot of women who have had history of sexual abuse, they're celebrating this because they feel as if since R. Kelly has been indicted or arrested or is going to be in jail for a long period of time for the rest of his life, because he's in his 50s. They're rejoicing because they take pride in the fact that they got one black man one strong black man that was on top of the world, that made so many millions of dollars, that may have had an issue, maybe had some issues. I'm not here to judge anybody. However, a lot of people are celebrating the fact that he has been indicted on these charges, which is cool. That's what the courts figured out. However, I wanted to make this video today because, like, again, I'm not here to judge anybody. I'm not here to judge R. Kelly. I'm not here to judge anybody because everybody has skeletons in their closet. And I guarantee you, half the people that are rejoicing right now, if you took their closet things that they've done and you put it out in New York on Times Square on a huge screen in Times Square, they would probably be indicted or imprisoned by some of the things they do. However, let me move forward. So, we're talking about R. Kelly, and he's been in jail for 2-3 years before the case even, they backed it up. COVID backed it up. They backed it up. He got stabbed a time or two. They backed it up because of injury. They just kept backing it up. They were trying to get more and more information. A lot of women came forward to say what they had to say about R. Kelly. It's going to be believable because once you paint a broad stroke of someone, anybody can come in basically and say what they want to say, and everybody will believe it. And then the excuse is, what woman would lie? But it has been proven time and time again that women do lie. Proven in point. Bill Cosby's at home right now booking shows because women lie. But Bill Cosby has over almost $1 billion in his bank account, so he was able to get a legal team that will be able to work in his favor to get him out, regardless of what people said. So, congratulations to Bill for coming home and dealing with situations that they said happened 60 years ago when everybody in the club was high off the same drug. Second thing, if right now we're talking about R. Kelly, some of you, like, again, going back to what I said in the beginning of the video, some of you women right now are rejoicing, you're clapping, you're jumping up and down, you're never going to listen to his music again, but now you know his music is going to go skyrocket on every platform that it's still on. Second of all, rejoice. That is okay. because the ladies that have been sexually molested when they were kids, the ladies have been with older men when they were kids, you're rejoicing now because you feel like they captured your person, the person that did what they did to you sexually back in the day, and so you're taking pride in that. So if that's what brings you joy and that's what brings you relief, because they got R. Kelly, you know, they didn't get the one that did it to you, the one that you see at the family reunion, every family reunion, or the one that you see at work every day, or they didn't arrest them and put them in jail, but they got R. Kelly, and you feel good that they got one of them, so you rejoice in his convictions. But let me say this. A lot of people are saying justice is served, justice is served, justice is served. But my point is this: we're so concerned on justice being served on one, but there are many. And so I don't hear the same women that are advocates for women being molested and raped and married at young ages. I don't see them having the same energy. So what I did was, I have a list here. I want to do a little journalism today. I have a list here of men, of prominent men that have been doing this for 30 years, 20 years, 40 years, right? 50 years currently. And they have not been talked about, right? First of all, before I even get to my list over here to my immediate right, first of all, I want to even talk about Belle Biv DeVoe. Like, a lot of people like That Girl Is Poison. However, if you listen to the lyrics of That Girl Is Poison, matter of fact, I'm gonna pull it up here. Let me pull it up here. Give me a second. Poison, Belle Biv DeVoe lyrics, because it's very important that we understand what's been going on for a long time, and we're only concentrating on the most popular people. And now I think if you're going to do something, you should do it correctly. I think you should do things decent and in order. And if you're going to go after R. Kelly and you're going to go after Bill Cosby, the most powerful man in comedy and the most powerful man in music, and you're going to take them down, you must also go, and we're going back in years now, because we're talking about Aaliyah. When she was a kid, Aaliyah would be 40 today. We're talking about Bill Cosby. It happened in 1974. We're talking about things that they're taking this stuff all the way back to 74 to convict these powerful black men. So if we're going to do it to two powerful black men, we must cross the yard and deal with the white men, which some of you black women are scared to speak up or say anything about. You're making posts about R. Kelly. You're making posts about, Bill Cosby. You're making posts about those two, like I said again, the king of comedy before king of comedy, and the king of R&B, which he's going to be that until the day he dies. And when he dies, he's going to be that still. So my thing is this: we have to address everybody. If we're going back in the years and the days, we have to address anybody. The other day, I was watching, before I pull up these Belle Biv DeVoe, I was watching some videos from back in the day. Now, I love music. I am a music fanatic. I love music. And so I love, let's see, Prince was a great one, but also Mars Day and the Time. I don't know if you guys know who Mars Day and the Time is, but let me explain it to you. Mars Day and the Time, very electric group. They were very great in the music game. They came up under Prince. They worked with Prince. Mars Day has a song called Cool. COOL. Go listen to the lyrics of that. Matter of fact, go watch the video. Mars Day's grown ass in the video walks into a middle school, and he does this song called Cool. He talks about how he's going to touch women's bodies and how he's going to have sex with them, and he's actually singing to a 15-year-old girl, and he's in his 20s. And the song is talking about sleeping with high school and middle school girls. And are we going to go back and arrest Mars Day for making that video at a school with a lot of girls, and he's looking at them, licking his lips, and the little girls are touching themselves while he's singing to them? We're going to go back and put Mars Day in jail? Okay, hold on. So, again, let's see here. Poison. Let me pull this up for you guys, because this is important that we understand. Here we go. Poison lyrics. So, it says here, let's see. Drive me out of my mind. This girl is poison. This girl leave. Thinking the world in your mind. You blind. You're dreaming, screaming. Let's see. Lose cruise. Okay, it's coming up. Hold on a second. I'm here. I want to talk about, okay, that girl is poison. Strange in my mind. Situation is serious. It's also a beautiful relationship that seems to start deadly. Okay. That girl is poison. If you are out, take a precaution before I start to leave, fly girl. You know, because some portions, you're the best thing in the world. So fly, drive me out of my mind. I'm blind, blah, blah, blah. Scheming on hot's my end. The pro show, the low pro hot should be cut like an afro. See what you're saying. She's waiting in, but my crew used to do her. Okay, shaking them off. I'll play the wall, checking out the fellas in the high and lows, keeping one eye still clocking them. Wasn't she? I'm driving out of my mind. The girl's poison. Trying to find it here. Maybe I'm looking over it. But if you guys want to go look this up, you definitely can go look that up because it's in here. I'm trying to find it. I don't want to waste you guys' time looking for it. Let's see. I'm just going to type it in here. Yeah, because again, before I get to this list, because I still got to go to this list. The song. Oh no. Maybe I was wrong about the name of the song. Maybe it's "Do Me." Yeah. I think that's what it is. The making of Belle DeVoe, "Do Me." But I will find it and I'll upload it. When I find it. However, it's in there. When he talked about the girl is young and right here. See, somebody here posted it here, says 90s music, 90s R&B music was very terrifying and creepy. And so let's see. She said being woke ruins everything. Let's see here. They even talk about let's see. But how do me? Here we go. Firmly and sadly. The column is my beloved Belle Biv DeVoe's "Do Me." If you want to do the math on this track, she said she was 8 when it came out, and she knew it like the back of her hand. So many of the lyrics went right over her head until she got over. Here it is. Yes, the name of the song is "Do Me." It says, but there's a line that rang out clear as a stripper heel, as it does now. The second verse after the vamp, Michael Bivins raps backstage. This is the lyrics. These are the lyrics, ladies and gentlemen. Backstage, underage, adolescent. Excuse me. I've always hoped and prayed that he's referring to his own adolescence. But with further research, they did have underage girls backstage lined up to have sex with them after they performed. And at the time, they were 22 and 23 years old. Adolescents, 14, 15, 16, 14. Belle Biv DeVoe, they still doing concerts and they still performing this song. People are still dancing to this song, right? That's Belle Biv DeVoe. However, let's also go over here to this list. I'm going to go ahead and go up in this list. Sorry for that. I didn't have that prepared. That just came to my mind because I thought about that. But we're going to go to some of these white celebrities that the black women and the black takedown black men crew will do. They will do that, but they won't talk about the other men that are even more creepy than the black men. So let's talk about them, which nobody will bring them up. One of the most famous comedians of all time had a show where he made $1 million an episode the last 2 seasons. Jerry Seinfeld. So Jerry Seinfeld, back in 1993, Jerry Seinfeld had won an Emmy for his groundbreaking sitcom Seinfeld when he met 17-year-old student Sohana Lowenstein in New York Central Park. As a romance blossomed, Lowenstein transferred from George Washington University in Washington, D.C. to UCLA so she could be closer to Seinfeld, who was 21 years her senior. They split up in 1998, when Seinfeld met his current wife, Jessica Schuyler. So he's having sex with this 17-year-old girl. He was 21 years her senior. Are we going to go back and put Seinfeld in jail? Because Seinfeld got that bread. His money long. We're going to go back and get him? I'm waiting on you black women to post this. Seinfeld, we coming. Me too. Y'all going to get him? No, he's too powerful. Right? R. Kelly was powerful too until they took all his money. But this man is very powerful, and he got away with it. Look at this, and nobody's saying anything about him going snatching this little girl. You ought to see a picture of this girl. She's a very pretty girl, and he took her innocence. She was 16 when they got together. 17 years old when she moved to New York. He convinced her mom. It says here in the next paragraph, he convinced her mom for him to get legal rights over her so she can travel across state lines. So are we going to arrest the parents that allowed their daughters to go over R. Kelly's house for a weekend and have sex with him? I'll wait. I'll let you guys. I'll wait. Let's go here to another one. Jerry Lee Lewis. Everybody knows Jerry Lee Lewis. If you don't know Jerry Lee Lewis, Google him. Jerry Lee Lewis used to be one of the biggest men on TV. He was prime time, baby. He was the one. He was that. If you want a white comedian, a white musician, white singer, he was your guy. Right? Everybody knows who Jerry Lee Lewis was, right? Jerry Lee Lewis was the man. But it says here, rock and roll pioneer Jerry Lee Lewis wasn't even his marriage with his wife, his age was not even finalized when he got hitched again to watch this. R. Kelly's sick, right? Okay, I'm not denying it. I'm not supporting it. I just want to bring some relevance to what we're missing here when we're going after two, but we're not going after the group. So, rock and roll pioneer Jerry Lee Lewis divorce, his second divorce, wasn't even finalized when he got hitched again. This is what it says. To his 13-year-old third cousin. His 13-year-old third cousin. He was 22. She was 13. He married her seconds after he got a divorce from his wife that was his age. Are we going to go back and freeze his music from being played on Spotify? Are we going to go back and freeze his music on Prime Music or YouTube Music or any other music sites that carry his music? Are we going to freeze his... Are we not going to go to his museum that he has in Memphis, Tennessee? Are we not going to go? Are we going to shut him down? We're going to freeze him. Black women, the shut down the black women crew, black men crew. I need you guys to stand up. I need you guys to step up right now. I need you to go get Jerry Lewis, and I need his entire music catalog removed from all music sites, because if R. Kelly is a sick bastard, then Jerry Lee Lewis, who married his 13-year-old third cousin, is also a sick bastard. And R. Kelly is broken, doesn't have any money, and neither should Jerry Lewis and his family. His family earned money off the back of a molester that married his 13-year-old third cousin. So black women who are trying to take out Bill Cosby, he escaped from your grasp, then now have taken out R. Kelly. I'm going to need you guys to step up and get Jerry Lee Lewis and his entire estate frozen and his music removed and his family broken, so he can go ahead, so we can go ahead and get justice for what he did to this 13-year-old girl. I want to show you guys these pictures to show you how little these girls look. They look like babies. Moving on. So we got Jerry Lee Lewis. Let's go down to the next one here. Bill Wyman. Oh, I'm sorry for you music people. As I stated before, I love music. Bill Wyman, if you don't know who that is, he is the bass player, a great bass player too. Bass player for the Rolling Stones. If you don't know who the Rolling Stones is, you're crazy. You need to go and get your music catalog up. Rolling Stones were one of the best bands, other than the Beatles. They were one of the best bands ever in the 60s and the 70s. They were the number one. They were on Michael Jackson status level. They were the shit. And so it says here, the former bass player for the Rolling Stones has always been a ladies' man whose girlfriend seemed to get younger as he got older. This hit in zenith when he began dating Mandy Smith, who was 13 years old at the time. Watch this. She was 13. He was 24. Bill Wyman, Rolling Stones, they're making millions of dollars a year off their music. Black women who just took out R. Kelly. Also, the black women in the Me Too movement Also, the black women that tried to take out Bill Cosby, your work is not done. Bill Wyman, the bass player, that's still making millions of dollars off the Rolling Stone music because their catalog is huge and they make millions of dollars a year off of their old music, off the downloaded music, off Spotify, off of Amazon Prime Music, off YouTube Music. They're in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Should we cut his star out of the concrete? We should cut his star out of the concrete. We should definitely take his star and get a sledgehammer and bust that star out the concrete, right? Because he does not deserve to be who he is. He does not deserve to make. They said the band here reportedly has made over, in the last 30 years, have made over $2.3 billion. Does he deserve to split $2.3 billion 5 ways since in the last 10 years, 5 years with his bandmates? And he's 22, 23 years old with a 13-year-old girl. Y'all don't like that? Y'all don't think that's molestation, right? I think the parents should be arrested for allowing it, and I think we should go back and retro back and take all of his money and get him out. That's what we should do, right? Then we move on from Bill Wyman. Don Johnson. Now, for all you older people that used to watch the old Miami Vice, that's who Don Johnson is. Don Johnson is the man here. They say is best known for his days as the Miami Vice and Working Girl and parents of the 50 Shades of Grey, Dakota Johnson. So the girl that's on 50 Shades of Grey, that's done all those sexual acts, she learned it best. Her dad's a molester. So you saw Don Johnson. It says here Don Johnson and Melanie Griffith met when he was 23 and she was 14. Griffith was 15 when they moved in together and 18 when they got married in 19. So he started having sex with her when she was 14 years old. He was 23. Are we going to remove Miami Vice from Prime Video? We're going to remove Miami Vice from all these streaming services? Are we going to take Don Johnson's TV shows off? He has some great TV shows. He has some music. Are we going to not watch Django anymore because he's the one who played Big Daddy on Django? All right. Remember when he on Big Daddy, he said, why is that nigger on a horse? We need to take Django away and cancel Django so we can't watch that anymore and go. And he also has a Hollywood star. We need to go bust his star up too. Black women that took out R. Kelly and tried to take out Bill Cosby. I need y'all to step up because he deserves to go with him and R. Kelly need to be in the same cell together, hugged up. All these people, Jerry Seinfeld, all of them need to be locked up. But y'all not going to touch on white power from him because you know they're coming. They'll destroy your whole life. Let's see. Let's see here. Let me keep going. This is my favorite one. My favorite one. Elvis Presley. Woo! In Memphis, Tennessee, he has a house in Memphis, Tennessee that makes over $40 million a year in tourism dollars, right? Elvis Presley was 24 years old when he started dating his wife. That he was married to her until they died. They met when she was 14 years old. She was a fan. They met at 14 years old. He was 24, going on 25, right? He also, her name was Priscilla. She's still making money off of him to this day. They split up in 1972 when the divorce finalized in 1973. Right? In 1962, the 16-year-old relocated to Memphis to be closer to Elvis, whose father, Vernon, reportedly drove her to school until she was able to get her driver's license. Black women need you to get on it. Elvis Presley, his house needs to be shut down in Memphis. There's no reason for you, that same house, because they lived in the house. She has the key to the house right now. She goes there every other month or so. She's there sleeping and resting in the house. That's why you can't go upstairs, because they think his fat stinking ass still upstairs. But if you go over there, she's still there. Sometimes you may catch her on the property, right? That house should be shut down, because while you go visiting this house, and he was 24 and had a 13-year-old in the bed having sex with her, and his daddy, while he was on the road, had to take her to school every day until she didn't even have a damn driver's license. Black women that got R. Kelly and tried to get Bill Cosby when he tried to step up. There's so many more. Jimmy Page from Led Zeppelin. Luke Blessing, the guy that did Taken, the movie, the director of Taken. He was 32 years old when he met 15-year-old actress Mimween Besko. Yeah. He was 32, she was 15. The list goes on and on. Even Steven Tyler, the greatest lead man in a band from Aerosmith, he was 24 when he started dating 16-year-old Julie Holcomb. Weirdly enough, Tyler convinced Holcomb's mother to make him Julie's legal guardian so she will be able to travel with him. The mother needs to be arrested. Steven Tyler's band's music needs to be taken off. Woody Allen, I'm gonna say this one and I'm out of here, guys. This is a lot. Woody Allen, one of the biggest producers of movies ever, he adopted Soon Yi Previn, and he was 43 years old and she was 16. He adopted her when she was 6. 10 years later, at 16 years old, he legally married her. So he adopted her as his daughter, but married her when she turned 16. 10 years later, he adopted her at 6, married her at 16. Women, I need y'all to step up. I need y'all to step up. Wilmer Valderrama. I know y'all know him. That 70s show. Oh my God, the dude, right? Yo Mama, MTV. Remember that show? That guy, right? He started dating Demi Lovato when she was 16, and he was 30. This is most recently. He was 30, she was 17. Yeah, dating 17-year-old Demi Lovato. I need y'all to step up. I need all these men on this list. Ladies, black women, I need y'all to step up and get them out of here. You got R. Kelly now. You're happy, but I'm not going to be happy until justice is served. Because don't you get on your damn pages talking about justice been served when all these men right here were doing the same exact thing R. Kelly doing. They're sitting at home with their new wives and new children, and you're not retroing back and getting them for the things that they've done in the past and of currently with Wilmer here, dating Demi Lovato when she was 17 and he was 30. Step up and do your job. Justice is not served until all of them are behind bars. So rejoice when they're all in jail. This is Black Men Unfiltered. Y'all have a good day.